Hello, everyone. We are back at it again at Hope Hill Center, back with another podcast. I am here with my brother Molotsi. Thank you for coming, my brother.
Thank you, BK, for hosting me.
100%. So we are here with Molotsi, and he's our ex-client from Hope Hill Center. He was here about like last year, right?
Yeah,
100%. So he is here, to give us, a little bit of his experience, strength, and hope, like some of the challenges he's been facing throughout this time. So, like, yeah, my brother, like, so tell me, like, before we even get into this, like, how clean are you right now?
uh, it's a year and a couple of months
Mm,
being clean. Yeah,
100%. Congratulations to that. I always say it that, it's not by chance that you find yourself where you are right now. Sobriety is not it's not easy. You don't wake up and just tell yourself, that I'm gonna stay clean for the rest of my life. You try it just for today, and you work hard just for today. And you put the necessary steps, obviously, to find yourself where you are, and everything came with some hard work. Correct.
yeah, you are right there, bro. You are
hundred
right.
percent, 100%. So yeah, the importance of him being here is because I want him, to show you guys that there is hope, for anyone struggling out there with drug addiction or alcoholism. There is hope, and this is one of the products, of Hope Heal Center, which what you see now is completely different to what you saw before.
Yeah,
So
you
yeah,
are
so
right
tell
there.
me, my brother, like what other challenges have you been facing actually in this past year in your recovery?
Uh, it's been tough, bro, because of obviously, like when you go outside from rehabilitation center, especially,
Mm-hmm.
you meet those people that will challenge you, try to check if like, are you are you real or are you saying that you wanna become. So they always say, people will always say a lot of
Oh,
things
those
that will,
negative ones.
yeah,
They're
that
like,
will trigger you to go back to that where you
yeah,
used to live. Yeah.
the ones that'll be like, he's just on a break.
Yeah, that's what they usually say. Is what I mean. We know you, dude. You won't go anywhere with that. So yeah, at least now 1 year and I think it's 3 months now. So which is something great for me because of before I won't stand a day sober, but
hundred
yeah.
percent.
So I'm glad to be where I am now because of hoping. He
Mm.
did a lot of changes in my life, and I'm better now. I'm doing better things now. I no longer do what I used to do before. Like wake up in the morning without even taking a bath, maybe, or bathing your teeth. Those are things that I never did before when
Hundred
I was
percent.
drinking, because I was always thinking of my beer, my DOC only. Yeah, even eating, I didn't even eat proper, you know. So yeah, now I can wake up in the morning, prepare soft breakfast, nana.
Now
Yeah.
that you actually mentioned it, like I want you to like tell me how it was actually. Let's just start from the active addiction part, like
Yeah.
before coming in and being clean and coming to the rehab facility and stuff like that. How was it before? You know?
Um, okay. Let me start by saying it felt good anyway, because I felt like I was doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Uh at that, yeah, everything was going well because of I thought I was controlling it
Mm,
until I
mm,
get to the point where my addiction made me suffer financially, emotionally, even mentally. Because of like the more I strength, that's when I started behaving in a way that even myself like, or even someone realize, this guy is not normal. Yeah.
mm.
I will get paid maybe behind me 25, 26, 27.
Finished.
Yeah, money is finished because I will go to somebody bored and go to someone like, bro, I will make too much debt, which like, ish, it killed me, bro. Relationship wise, obviously, like I'm a parent, but I got 4 kids then. Even them, they were suffering because I didn't have time for them. I was always on the street or at taverns drinking. Even Like I wouldn't even text to check up on them.
Mm,
Yeah. So even at work, yeah, it's just that I never experienced the part of whereby maybe I was going to the office or maybe getting a letter for my behavior.
mm,
But rather,
mm,
my supervisors will ask me that, dude, come on, you are doing a lot, you're drinking a lot. Sometimes you don't come to work, get help. Then I always say, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. Until now, last year, January, actually, it was in December, where I realized that I'm no longer myself because of even my family we are fighting, bruh.
mm, mm,
I will call and ask something, then they will say we don't have anything to help you. Then I will feel like maybe they don't like me or something. Then I started saying words that were not proper actually. Yeah, if I'm putting it in a better way.
mm,
Yeah,
mm,
Falca ways, those kind of ways that someone who's disappointed who needed something, then you can get from someone. Then yeah.
mm, mm.
Then even my partner, my ex-partner actually that I was with before, ah, the relationship was not healthy, bruh. Because I started becoming physically, and it was too much because of even my daughter will have to experience that, and which is something that made me to realize that yeah, I really, really need help.
Mm.
Yeah. Then on January, that's when I told her, "Hey man, I think is the better way is to go to rehab." Yeah, she supported me. I came to rehab on January. I think it was on 12 or 15. I just don't remember the date proper.
Mm.
Yeah. So coming out, yeah, man, I spent my 28 days here in Hopi. It was best. But the first 3 days, it was hectic because I didn't know what to expect. Yeah, just to be fair and honest.
Yeah, 100%. Because what we see in the movies sometimes, and the reality itself is a bit different. Because yeah, I mean, I can tell you if you haven't been in a rehab, like what you see on TV is like you see those people banging their heads on the walls.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
this rehab is for crazy people.
Actually, that thing,
Yeah.
bro, that's what like okay, my might believe my knowledge,
Mm,
or
mm,
maybe like what I had in my mind. Like, okay, are those people who goes to rehab, are those people who are sick and stuff like
mm,
so and I won't go there. That's what I told myself. But then after some few days when I was in rehab, then that's why I realized it's not as bad as we thought or like what people
100%.
told us. Yeah. So it was great, bruh. It was great. And even now it's great because I can see a lot of changes. I can spend some time with my kids now, you know.
Yeah,
Even
100.
financially, if I'm not that well, but at least couple of days, weeks, I can still have some zero nyana in my account, which is something, bro.
100%.
Yeah.
Like that rehab experience for you, like, I think you've learned a lot in it, Like what are those things, that made you realize certain things that you never used to realize when you were in the outside world? What are the things that they taught you, like, that you or some of the things that you actually was like, okay, I didn't know that. Because I mean the thing is like we you might come into a rehab facility, and then you find out that, that's just not only the problem. There's a lot
Yeah.
that goes on, with an individual outside of the drinking and the drug. Outside of, the drugs, what have you learned inside the facility?
You mean here in Hopin?
Yes, 100%.
Um, okay. This what is it? I was taught about humanity,
Mm,
um, being kind,
mm,
help one another when someone is in need. Um, and like sometimes like you got to think before. Just you don't just do something without acting, without thinking actually.
mm.
Yeah. And obviously about cleanliness. That's what they taught me here. Yeah, just take care of yourself.
Yeah, a lot of the basic things is what, a lot of people lose into active addiction. Those small basics, and then people be like, but I know how to do this, but you haven't been doing it. That's that kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah,
The small basic things, is where the start becomes, the responsibility, the accountability, the awareness of, your life, and the open mindedness into learning new things,
yeah, yeah.
um, and one of those things of being willing to do whatever it takes, for your life, and your family.
Mm.
So yeah, I hear you. I hear you. So tell me, how is the relationship with your family right now? Because you did speak about how it was an active addiction, but how is it right now since you're in recovery?
My relationship with my family now is better. It's better.
Mm,
It's not like before. Because like before, we wouldn't even, okay, let me, me especially, I wouldn't even take my phone to check up on them before.
mm,
Only what I did, it was to call them to ask or look for help
mm,
when I was stuck. But now you can communicate, check up on them, which is something great, bruh.
mm.
Yeah, it's great. We
So,
call up on each other, check. If ever maybe on holidays there's some event, we also going to church, which is something like I don't remember my last days, but like back then, when was my last day when I was being able just to wake up on Sunday and say today I'm going to church, you know?
mm,
Yeah.
mm.
So but at least now I can wake up sometimes even like I'm not going to work.
We call it what the normal people do.
Yeah, yeah.
We
You're
tend
right
to
there,
become
bro.
normal people now.
Yeah.
Mm,
So yeah, it's great, but checking up on your brothers because I've got five brothers
mm,
and one sister. Yeah, can talk about life. Like even them, some of them they are shocked. Like when I tell them I'm from rehab actually, and I'm sober for a year now, and a couple of months. They are shocked.
mm,
Yeah, but then my sister just told me, "Hore, she's glad that I managed to change my ways because of I was somebody, bruh, they didn't know.
mm.
Yeah. Even
Yeah.
respect it was less to them.
Mm,
Yeah,
mm. But right now it's a bit different, recovery, brought you that, the relationship with your family. You are able to have healthy relationships and deal with healthy relationships, and deal with life on life terms, sober and clean, because
yeah,
that's the
yeah.
thing also with being clean. It's like, whatever happens in your life, no matter how good or bad is it, like you can't run away from it. You're facing it. There's no numbing the pain. There's no running away from problems. It's like this problem happens now. You sleep, tomorrow it's there.
Yeah,
Or you blink, it's there because you're sober now. You can't run away,
you have to face it, bruh. You have
But
to
that's
face it.
but that's also the beauty of it, because personally I'm also like, sober and stuff like that for like a few years, and I know how it is also.
Yeah.
The beauty that comes out of facing your problems is that you're able to deal with them, and
And you
you,
deal them in a proper way now. You are not adding another problem, trying to think that
yeah.
I'm solving that problem.
Yes.
So yeah, you are doing it in a clear mind, knowing okay, when I'm doing this, maybe this might happen. Then okay, if this comes, maybe I might solve it like this, or I can maybe contact my sponsors. Like that's something that I used to do before
Mm.
when I had some problems. Even now I do have, it's just that they are no longer weighing me down like before.
Like before,
Yeah.
you are able to,
Yeah,
you
now
have
I can
tools.
handle them.
Mm,
I
mm.
know the techniques that I can use to
100%.
yeah,
And
yeah.
you still have people that you reach out and call, when you're struggling or whatever the case is.
Yeah, yeah, I do, I do.
100%. 100%. What's the best advice actually that you've ever gotten into recovery?
The best advice that I
Your personal best advice that you ever got into recovery?
okay. Wow. Um the best advice that I have personally, I would say stay clean, stay sober. Yeah,
You heard it. Stay clean, stay sober.
yeah.
I
That's what
like
I can
that
say,
because
bro.
it also goes a long way, because I still remember I've heard that to some degree. Um, I remember when I was still struggling and stuff like that. Someone came to me like, "BK, stay clean, stay sober," um, and I never really understood that,
Yeah.
because he's like, "You can do anything just don't use. Stay clean. Watch the magic happens.
Yeah,
Anything that you think will not pass, it will pass. Just don't use. Stay clean.
stay clean, bro. And like I can tell you, before like when we were using, bro. Okay, most of us we got that effort or like we say talent,
Mm,
something that we can do to for living to change our lives. But because of our using, we wouldn't even think of okay, I got hands or I got this to do this.
mm,
We
mm,
wouldn't even think of that. Coming out here, my brother, my last day from in here, going home, I was like, where am I going to start? I remember I was with my colleagues here. He accompanied me to my place there.
mm,
On the way, like he asked me, "Bruh, are you ready?" Yeah, even Danny also he did ask me that. Yeah, I said that, and I truly I like because of like, sorry, I didn't want them to ask me why and stuff. Then, by deep down, I just told myself, for whatever that comes, I will never ever ever go back to my old ways because of a lot of things happen in my life. Some I will say I'm glad that I'm still alive. Even some diseases, I'm not judging or saying some bad things about others,
mm,
But I'm glad that I'm still myself. I'm still healthy. I'm still breathing, but because I did a lot of things
mm,
that
mm,
I just told myself I'll never ever go back there. Yeah, maybe my about a week or 2 weeks I'll go to chill with others, like those people I used to chill with them. They'll be like, "Brah, have a sip. Come on, Joe. You are clean now." Then I just told them, "Brah, I no longer want to touch alcohol or
mm,
put it in my body again because of
mm,
I struggled a lot, brah.
mm, mm.
So I'm fine with alcohol, but that is something that I will say or advise someone who went to rehabilitation. Never ever go back there thinking, like maybe you have been clean for a year or 2 years, then you say you will be able to control it. As much as at first you didn't manage to. What makes you think that you'll do better now?
100%.
Yeah. So just stay away, be sober, be clean. Try to do some things that will make you to forget or not think about holding a bottle or going somewhere to buy those kind of,
Mm,
because we use different things. Some they were want drugs. So just do something better that will shift your mind from those old ways and be someone, be a great example, especially like those who have kids, you know. As much as you don't want your kid to be something or like try to be a good example because obviously the kids they are going to take from us
mm, 100%.
whatever they see from us they think it's a good thing, so you got to do good so that they copy the good things that you're doing. Yeah.
100%. 100%. You said it. You said it. Yeah, I couldn't have said it better. Thank you, Molotsi, for coming, my brother. Really much appreciated.
Wallah, BK.
This is going to be the end of our podcast. So if you want to visit us on our website, it's www.hopehealcenter.co.za. And then the importance of us doing this is because, we want to, create an awareness out there, and we also like, give people hope, etc., to show that, if you are struggling out there, we are here to help you at Hope Heal Center. So I'll see you guys next time on another podcast. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.